Over. She's going to introduce her team, then we move straight into the panel.
Good afternoon. I'm supposed to stand where? All protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you once again. Thank you very much for making time to come and listen to these young people. Because of time, I'm not going to let the panelists introduce themselves. I'll do the honors. So, from my far left, we have Mr. Dennis, the president for Technical University of Mombasa. And then we have Miss Shufa. A round of applause for Shufa. She's the head of communication in Swahilipot. Then we have Miss Kezia Olo. She's a youth advocate. Then we have Mr. Hussein. A round of applause for him, please. Then on the other end, we have Mr. Alfred Sigo, Youth President 001. A round of applause for him. We have Mr. John Musuva. A round of applause for him. He's from the county government. Chief Officer of Education. Thank you very much and welcome. So, young people in Kenya make up 70% of the population, and in Mombasa County, according to a survey that was done in 2018, it's 47%. What does that tell us? We cannot afford to ignore young people. And I like what DG has said, that we need to be very procreative, that it's what you use your mind to make something out of it that is called innovation. Asante sana daktari. So we'll jump right ahead into the conversation. And my question to the panels really, how does the innovation ecosystem look like for you? Has the youth been able to leverage on the existing opportunity in the ecosystem of the coast region? We can start from any side.
I will start. My name is Shufa, again, as you've been told. I head the communications department at Swahilipot Hub. And I want to answer your question. You said, how does the innovation ecosystem leverage in the coast?
Yeah.
I think the innovation ecosystem in the coast is really growing, especially between 2018, 2019, and 2020, with the increasing number of youth groups, a lot of community-based organizations, a lot of youth support systems, and I will say a huge contribution from Swahilipot Hub, especially where I come from, because that's most of what I know about. And also with the help of Jumuiya ya County za Pwani, they've come up with a lot of things to do with innovation, because I remember last year at during the Pwani Innovation Week, they introduced a hackathon. It was a pitching competition about the blue economy, and they included all fields of innovation and creative in terms of technology, art, business, agriculture, marine, and all other fields that are touching the blue economy around Mombasa. So I think it's upon us, the youth, to come out there, to avail ourselves, especially in such innovation systems, and also be there, even when we have the pitching competitions or the exhibitions where people talk about their own innovation. This helps other youth have idea of what innovation really is, and it also motivates someone to come up with their own type of innovation. I think the innovation ecosystem in the coast is growing.
What about for you? What about for you, Miss Kezia?
Hi everyone, I'm Kezia. I would say innovation, especially in coast, is coming up. But there is a challenge also with most young people are not really tapping that opportunity of innovators or innovations. The world is growing so fast, and everything we are using, almost everything nowadays is about innovation. but we tend to limit it to technology, or if anyone hears about innovation, they limit it to technology, creating an app or anything. I think with innovation, let's just think about creating solutions to the problems you face. Then from that point, I think we'll grow vastly and we'll even be able to scale up our ideas to the world.
Thank you very much, Ms. Kezia. And I like the bit where you say we must demystify innovation, because every time we talk about innovation, it's limited to ICT. But people like you who can make, for example, a rewashable sanitary pad, you know, that's innovation. Please take it away, Mr. Hussein.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hussein Abdul Razak, the president of Global Youth Project. Basically, first and foremost, I'd like to congratulate the organizer of this project. And secondly, I don't know if all of you are aware, but Kenya is the second best, most innovative country in the whole of Africa. We come second after South Africa. So we should congratulate ourselves from that. And in the Sub-Saharan region, we are actually the best. We are number one. And this is accredited to Silicon Savannah. How many of you know Silicon Savannah in Nairobi? Yes, okay, we can see a few people are aware. I have a reason why I asked that particular question. And I hope Mr. Mahmoud Mentor 001, if you're here, Swahili Port is going to be the Silicon Savannah of Coast Province, inshallah. Yes, so when the question you just asked, in Coast Province, I can say that between the past 2 years, there's quite been a lot of number of innovations that are coming on board. And you can see Swahili Port, a lot of youth are taking opportunities. The youth, the only thing they wanted is a platform for them to do something and somebody to tell them that they are able to do something for them to actually innovate. Number two, I think if you're all aware of MTY Impact Hub, whereby we have quite a number of innovations. We have Global Youth Project Incubation Center, we have YEPI, we have the latest one, Dr. Audi Publishing Company. So innovation is coming up in Coast Province. But the only gap we have is between the innovation in Mombasa in towns and in the rural areas. How are we connecting? Mombasa is moving fast. But how are we connecting it with the rural like Kilifi, Kwale, Lamu? How are we bridging that gap? That is the question that I'm posing to the panel, and I'll give a solution later on to that.
Thank you very much.
Here.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. As Alfred, and I've been served as a youth president for a while within Mombasa. Mimi, on some of these issues, sitaenda kizungu sana, because at the end of the day, I'm trying my best, sisi wote kama vijana tukuelewe. Because out of being realistic is how we will create true solutions. Rather than these solutions, and you know, these solutions on the face value. But in the real sense, ni money making initiatives for a certain clique that already created the problem that many youths are facing currently. So out of that, from my side and my perspective, it is better to real. One, innovation-wise, Mombasa, Nairobi, whichever the area we are within Kenya, vijana tuko sawa, tusidanganyane. But there's a game that many have been playing on us. Tuanze sisi, alafu tunaekewa line. Swahili Port, for example, is one of the systems wana respect sana, because you will see Mahmoud plus team wameacha vijana wana lead kwa mambo mob. Na wana take role even decisions, ni vijana wana make. But there are other also innovative ideas in other areas. We have our artists all over. But what happens? Wakianza wao, kuna wale kwa boardroom wa kutuamulia. And then they ensure economic empowerment wise, hata tukuje na nini, kawaida vijana will remain to be omba. They will never allow us to go to a certain level. And the more we fear telling them, the more wanaendelea. And unfortunately, Alfred, mimi sija kujipendekeza. Mimi usema unapenda upendi, life goes on. And that is why when our president gave us Nadia, we were so happy. I'm so sure very soon tutapewa pia Ruth Kavesi ndani, si ndio? Because tunajua watu wametulia vizuri in this Mombasa. So out of that, Madam Anne, the truth is youths are very innovative. But now, the same way we see our government, they say money follows the functions. Si ndio? Why is it that money does not follow youth innovations? Where is the gap? What the game gani nachezewa hapo? And that is what a live panelist tusaidianeni kuchanganua. Thank you.
Asante. For Mr. Musuba,
Yes, madam.
Hussein has raised a very pertinent question, and he talked about, yes, young people are being innovative at the urban sectors. What about the rural areas like Mwakirunge, Dongokundu, and the like? As a state actor, is there a way you are providing a roadmap or a legislation, or just making the ecosystem friendly enough for us to bridge that gap?
Thank you. First of all, I want to acknowledge the Deputy Governor and all the guests that are here, and also my fellow chief officers, Mr. Mugabe from Youth and Mr. Anwar from ICT. In Mombasa County, education and ICT are in one department. And there's a reason why His Excellency the Governor and the Deputy Governor decided to pair it that way. That way we would be able to work with the Department of Youth to make sure that we house all the innovation around the youth and around education. So you asked the question about what are we doing as a county in those outlying areas. In Mwakirunge, we have the Manguja City Polytechnic, one of our former youth polytechnics that we're transforming into a center of excellence. Recently in our Kisauni Polytechnic, in collaboration with the Department of ICT, we're changing the way they teach computer studies, and we're introducing robotics to allow innovation for the young people. We're actually even thinking of introducing robotics to our ECD students so that we make innovation and technology part of the culture in Mombasa, even from ECD. So we have plans in place. Like I said, in Tongo we also have a polytechnic, which we want to make a center of excellence around marine studies, and we're putting resources, we've got partners, and we're trying to make sure that we have everything that we need to give the youth in those outlying areas opportunities to grow. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will ask one more last question and then open it to the plenary. So, have young people been able to leverage on existing opportunity in the innovation ecosystem? And if yes, then how? And then if no, what are some of the gaps, and actually some of the gaps you've raised them? Do you want to start? Anybody?
Okay, thank you. My name is Dennis. First, I would like to point out that the country and the county have great opportunities for the youth, especially in the line of innovation in all the sectors of the economy. But again, of major concern is on what they've done and what they have at the end of it all. I think there is need that the education standards that are being done, either in polytechnics or in these vocational training institutes, be raised from what they are doing, from gaining knowledge to acquiring skills that will be sellable in the market. I personally, I would feel that there is low investment in research. We cannot be innovative if we don't research, and every youth here would agree with me that it is through research we could be as much as innovative. It therefore means that the youth have a role to play in research for them to even explore more fields in the field of innovation. We have just pointed out that there are areas that have not met light in the field of innovation. I think there is an even adoption of this innovation process. In Mombasa, you can singly point out, you would see Swahili Port Hub or any other place, but the youth in this county are all over. Then it simply means there is an even adoption. You will find, like maybe in a sector, for example, say Chuda, people have not come out to explore these opportunities. Then that is a major concern, which is a gap that could be addressed. I think we, the youth, and the youth who are seated here, have a role to play in the spreading the innovation process. Today they are doing something, but again there is a generation X that comes after us. Tomorrow we shall move to another age where we shall not be called the youth. We, at the university level, for example, we have to do mentorship in the line of what we are doing to the young people in high schools and primary schools to enable them come and join the system, so it is a circle. And lastly, there is a difference between, we have seen people try and come up with stuff. But in the long run, after you build up something, you are done with your aeroplane, then you cannot fly it anywhere. There is need that we create a chance for people now to sell their ideas. For example, in my university, we have an innovation club that has around 93 ideas of innovation that they even presented at the national exhibition at the showground. 42 are complete products, but I don't know how far they have gone now in the market. I will call upon now our seniors in the field to help expose these ideas, these products, so that they can become now a substance in the market.
Okay, I would love to speak, and especially from my own point as an innovator. I've been working on several innovations, especially before you see a product like a reusable diaper, because that is what I have made. It is work that you've done for years, and you've used a lot of resources. You see? At the end of the day, you want it to pay you. That is when we are going to motivate more young people to come up with innovations. But there are so many innovations also who have seen the light of day, but they end up with certificates, awards, like trophies and certificates at their homes, which is paining. It is not something that you can be proud of. It really demoralizes innovators, you see? I've been to so many competitions. I know maybe some have gained funds or something, but there have been several competitions that have made brilliant ideas, brilliant innovators, but we have come up out of those innovations with certificates. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's very good for visibility. It even increases your chances of scaling up the idea. But my challenge today, I would want to say, is what are there channels, are there opportunities, like things like youth funds? Are they really passionate about building these ideas? That is what developing countries are even growing so fast because of innovations. Other countries that are so far like states, they are shining because of innovations. Even the apps that we're using for loans are just innovations. So if we don't invest in the ideas that are coming up, do we think that more young people will be coming up? Let us speak and be honest to ourselves. I was privileged. I think there are so many opportunities. I thank the Ministry of Youth, because last year I was even able to present, after vigorous competition, I represented Mombasa and the Kenya as a whole in the African Public Service Day in KICC. I was among, and let me tell you that day, Kenya won because of representative from Coast. And I was the only innovator that met the president. And our Honorable His Excellency the President promised to support my idea. I don't know if my MP, Honorable Badi, you know about that. I've been to your office anyway. What am I trying to say? So many youths have called me because they see me as maybe a role model to them. They want to come up with ideas. They even tell me, Kezia, what can I do with this idea that I have? But what can I tell them? Yes, we are out there, but do we have money in our pockets? Is it paying us? Do you still have to leave it and look at it in your home and go for other things, maybe look for a job or maybe hope to get an income or a livelihood? No. It's high time we go deep. If we are calling a competition for innovators, I assure you, thousands of youth will show up. Because at our youthful age, it is the only time we are very productive. We have so many ideas. But we need that idea to put food on our table.
Yeah.
That is how we are motivated.
Thank you, Kezia, as you wind up. So, yeah, I will take 2 questions from the plenary, and then I'll give it back to the Chief Officer Education to give final remarks. as we wind up, because I'm told time is not on our side. 2 questions, please.
All protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Konde Saburi, founder Primastech Solutions. I'm an engineer by profession, went to TUM and did mechatronics and robotics engineering. Okay, let me take this opportunity as an innovator to air my challenges as an innovator out here. I graduated in Poly back in 2012 and hustled hard out here and decided to start a company, or yes, a company by name Primastech, and we do innovations. We have so many innovations on our company, but the problem is actually is the financial constraints, because you will see so many innovations requires a lot of finance, especially technological. So if I could ask the Member of Parliament and the dignitaries who are here, especially who come from Mombasa County, to help us at least give us financial support in what we are doing. Also, we need an innovation center where we can go there and do our innovations in that place, because we need labs, especially for technological innovations. You cannot just have a small lab at your home and think that you're going to make it. Then something else which is really letting us down is Mombasa County at large is not recognizing professionalism. Yes, so if you go somewhere to look for a work, somebody is paying you peanuts, because we are not yet there for Mombasa County actually to know who's a professional. Unlike Nairobi. And Nairobi, a very small idea, you are paid huge amount of money. So I just urge, please, through either Swahili Port or any other center, let's have a place where we can come and showcase these innovations, not just talking. So that you can see by yourself what is going on. So maybe the next innovation forum, I would like it to be organized in a way that we can come here and showcase our innovations to the people so that they can see what we are doing down here. Thank you.
Hi everyone. My name is Shani. I'm a researcher and policy analyst. We've spoken a lot about innovation, but I was just wondering, are we investing enough in research? Most of our innovations and our businesses tend to fail because we don't invest enough in research. So my question is with the Youth Enterprise Development Fund, are you really sensitizing the youth to engage in research? Because you can't innovate something if you haven't done enough research on it. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Livingston Nyando. I'm a resident of Mombasa County. My question okay, this is just a check that I want to contribute. I heard the DG talking about how youth should create a job. It's surprising that most of the time our leaders are telling us to create a job while themselves are employed. So that makes me wonder why they cannot create jobs themselves. Another thing is that the youth who come up with innovations are not recognized. Do you know Safaricom M-Pesa was created by a youth? Do you even know why he's languishing in poverty currently at 25 years old? Then, so those are things that we need to ask. How is the patent or innovation of the youth protected? And lastly, something that I wanted to contribute is when you tell young people to create a job, yet you increase taxation on how to start a business, what are you going to do at the end? Because currently, Mombasa County is the most expensive town to start a business in Kenya. So those are things that we need to know. How are we going to help youth to probably give them what you call tax holidays so that they can come and create those kind of jobs? Someone was complaining that Mombasa has the lowest intake of the loans, and that's the reason that they know. So those are things that we need to see. Because cost of product, factors of production